Motherfucking espresso ice cream. Yeah. Oh gosh, let's go. Ah. And yeah, it's freezing out, but yes, I got ice cream. Well, ice cream espresso. They make it themselves. It's really fucking good. Alright, sorry. Blah. Sorry. Got like everywhere shit. Oh, are they open? Oh no, they're closed today. It's a cute fucking boutique that sells some of my stuff. Yeah, I got a little rosette, which is a symbol. It's like the symbol of Montreal. The rosette. Make those. And wooden thing of. There we go. Of the basilica. And yeah, I totally fucking copied the stuff I saw at the Christmas markets in Germany. Nice little wooden laser cut ornaments. I was like, oh fuck, I need to make some for myself. And it wasn't until my partner was like, hey, maybe you should sell them. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Fucking fleur-de-lis everywhere. There's no escape. But yeah, that little boutique there, and like one further down the road, is one of like the only places here that's not a fucking tourist trap. Yeah, the only men in blue shirt black. Okay, maybe it's not completely true that everywhere here is a tourist trap. They used to be. But, you know, once Yelp and shit started existing, and Google reviews, all that crap, you know, tourists can actually just look on their phone and be like, on second thought, that place looks like it's shit. Let's go somewhere else. So, yeah, they were kind of forced to actually be good, to get good reviews and have people not just leave. Hey. Usually they have a small Christmas market here and it's really nice. But, COVID. Oh, they got the fire pits out. Not very fiery at the moment, though. And our beautiful town hall. Yeah. All scaffolding right now. They were, it was long overdue for some renovations, like by 100 years or so. And when they started taking down the drywall, they realized, oh fuck, you know, this building was built barely a few years before electricity became, you know, actually used in cities. And when they tore down the plastered board walls, they found all the power for the building was just bare, uninsulated fucking main wires. Yep, motherfucking, and that was before we even got to any of the transformers and shit. So we had like thousands of volts, just bare exposed wire, separated by like plastered wood. Yeah, good thing they found it before shit really went bad. And we are a tiny little mini tower of Trafalgar. Well, Admiral Nelson, really. Oh, that's a cute taco. But yeah, I know the bird stuff cars, they had to put a fucking Nelson right here with the French. And two little fun things about it, though. The Brits always, fucking can't even see him that well. Always had him facing towards the sea. But here he's facing inland. And I just thought, what the fuck? Until I found out, oh, across, zoom, is Jacques Cartier. No, not Jacques Cartier. Fuck. So the score is named after a different dude. This French dude, who was a French admiral, who helped really, secure New France when it was a thing back then. And he's facing towards the sea. So instead, the English, instead of having Nelson facing out to sea, looking towards his ships, they didn't want him being stared down in the back by the French dude. So they turned him around so they're staring each other down. Oh, and these bollards? Motherfucking cannons. It used to be cannons used for the defense of the city. And they came down the same time the walls of the city did. And like, well, what are we going to do? They really weren't good enough for ship combat. I think they sold a few off to some privateers. So they were still stealing shit from from the Brits, stealing shit from Americans and the Spanish. God, this Kaima Cafe is really fucking good. Oh, fuck yeah, the gate is open. We can't actually visit inside, but here's Chateau Ramsey. Another one of the much older to survive buildings. Here's one of the very first stone ones. And yeah, they finished it right at the turn of the 1700s. There's all the people who owned and lived in here. Pretty cool shit. And yeah, this is around when they finally fucking figured out how to make some stone buildings that could survive the winters. At the thickest parts, those stone walls are 2 meters thick. You can also see, like, upstairs, the windows there's like a foot gap between multiple layers of windows because they finally figured out you can use air for insulation. And yeah, the winters here are, if you don't know what you're getting into, you're pretty fucked. And this was made by, made for one of the first ever, like, lord or like aristocratic families to ever bother moving to New France. Because, it was almost always pilgrims. Actually, most people who came here from France were people just looking for a fucking new start. Shitload of criminals who are like, hey, I can get a pardon if I come here. Shitload of other people who are like, hey, fur trade is booming. I can make a name for myself, make some money. But the aristocrats are like, that involves doing things. And peasants there want money. So, like, no. And honestly, it really reflects in the culture now in Quebec, even these days. Because, yeah, back then, like, there was only, like, people who were fucking peasants. And, like, the richest people were, like, the fur trappers who, even though they did a lot of trading, they made all their money from actual labor work. And had to deal with the harsh fucking winters. So people here, after, like, not even half a generation, actually, probably upon arrival, were like, fuck nobles and shit. So, even though Quebec in some ways is oddly conservative in some ways, like, oh my fucking god, is Quebec, like, hardcore Quebecois French people, a lot of them are xenophobic. When it comes to, like, economically, like, holy shit, are people here leftists? Ooh, snowfall. Like, I think close to 60 or 70% of jobs here are union jobs. Yeah, so yeah, our premier had a fucking ban on civil servants from having hijabs, burqas, any face covering or anything that is a big religious symbol like a turban. But he also threw a shit ton of money into public transit and healthcare. And it's like, yeah, they kept the racism, but threw off a lot of capitalistic bullshit with it. The Philip Hart Gallery. Whew. My mom's neighbor worked for this guy. Not in an artist place. It was like some engineering firm, I think. And she's like, oh, he's opening up a gallery. This is like 3 years ago. He's opening up a gallery. And I'm allowed to have some guests. Why don't you come down? I'm like, oh, actually sounds pretty cool. Opening up an art gallery. They have the gala catered. Let's go check it out. We're official guests. And the guy was like, he made a whole fucking speech of, oh, my grandparents moved here from I don't know where in Europe. You know, worked their asses off and like built their business from the ground up. And my father built upon that like his whole life, sacrificing everything. And now I'm selling it. He sold his business for who knows how many fucking millions so he can pursue making that like splatter art or painting his flowers. And he's like, oh, I'm doing it just for the passion. It's like, okay, that's cool. But you can tell the fucking wording he used was like, you know, I got here all on my own. I had to work hard. It's like, bitch, you were handed position of CEO and owner and then just sold the fucking company. And now you're making like, honestly, the art is pretty fucking mediocre. And like, the main curator of the place, you can tell like, okay, they seem pretty cool, like definitely super fucking genderqueer person. Like you can tell they hated it so much. Here's this person who just fell into being a millionaire and like, yes, I'm such a great artiste. Anyway, here's the oldest fucking church in all of Americas, North and South America. It has been there since, God, how fucking long? It was like 1580 it was built, not even. And, well, not the specific one, there was another one before there. Then it burnt down sometime in late early 1700s. And they rebuilt it. I'm gonna see if I can get in. It's really fucking nice in there. And here's the oldest restaurant. Well, formerly oldest restaurant in the hemisphere. Yeah, it was running since 1725 until it went under new ownership. And like 3 or 4 years ago, the owner just felt like, I'm not going to pay bills. I'm not going to pay my staff. I'm not going to pay this. And when you do that, you're fucking foreclosed. And yeah, the whole place, banks, repo man, fucking everyone from everything just walked in and took his shit. And Benjamin Franklin actually chilled here because it used to be an inn. And yeah, he came up here thinking, I'm just gonna, waltz in, convince the French, hey, we were thinking of doing a revolution. You want in? And the French were like, piss off. And he stayed there for like a year, living there, and he was like, hey, I'm gonna try writing books and stuff. And he founded the Gazette, which is still running today as the Montreal's major English newspaper, which of course is, may as well be run by a bunch of fascists. Alright, I'm gonna finish my ice cream and try to head into here.